Median price is about 425.
Okay, gotcha. So a little lower than I would have thought in California.
Yeah,
Um, but okay, that's good. Good to know. Yeah, just always toy with people on what they think their cost of acquisition is, which no one ever really seems to know,
I
on the
know.
listing side or buying a deal side or stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
um, yeah, you're a little bit in line with us as far as
Okay.
pricing goes. So,
Yeah.
Hey,
Haven't
sorry
gotten
I'm a
any
few
lead.
minutes late hopping in here, guys, but sorry to cut you off, Gary, but
Yeah,
uh,
it's okay, Eric.
I was
How
a
are
couple of
you?
minutes late getting in here. But yeah, it sounds like you rolled out the Google Ads deal. Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I was just seeing if you fixed the problem that he had that you if you fixed the problem he had last week, which I didn't know what the
Yes.
actual problem was, but
It was a really simple thing. It actually was in the video correctly, but there's so many ways to mess up using that software that it's not surprising that there was a few little boxes that needed clicked, and then it was all good.
Yeah, it was simple. I just rushed it, I guess.
hey, it happens. No, I had my goof ups when doing it, when looking at it, and it just yeah, the only thing you can do, just like with Facebook, sometimes you just roll it back to go like, okay, I don't know what the heck happened wrong, but I might as well start over and try it again and see if that works. So I'm glad he fixed it for you.
Did you get them live yet? Are they on?
Yeah, they're live. I'm getting impressions, but no leads yet.
Okay. How much have you spent so far?
So far I spent 42 bucks.
Okay.
So I set up the budget of 30 bucks a day, but seemed like it's not spending all of it. It's only spending about 16 bucks or half of it.
What market are you in?
I'm in Central California, Fresno.
Fresno. That's fairly big. I bet. It's Fresno compared to like the size of Denver, what would you say? Is
Ooh, I don't know what the populations in Denver is were. I'm targeting about million two people.
oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
weird.
they're
I
about
don't know why it's not
million.
spending all your budget then. It's not a market size issue. It should be spending your whole budget.
Yeah,
Well, well,
I'm not sure. Should leave it alone for a while, I guess, or we should make some adjustments. I don't know.
probably hasn't, not probably, for sure, it hasn't been on long enough to have any useful data at all. It needs to run for a little bit before there's much to look at. I'd say
Okay.
before you spend $100 even, there's probably nothing actionable to even look at. But here, let's look at one thing quick. But before, I'm going to share my screen and open my Google Ads account. We can compare some of our, like what your cost per click is and mine.
Okay.
Good. But I wanted to say hi to Brian quick because oh, it's been a long time, man. Br- Brian's a firefighter or was a firefighter. I don't know if you
Yeah.
are you still a firefighter?
Yep. I'm at work right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
It's cool you got
Yeah.
your license now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun so far.
Neat. Yeah. Brian was one of the original people in Self-Made Flipper, one of my previous version of this. So,
Nice.
uh, um,
Took me a minute to get my license, but yeah, finally got
way cool. Here, I'm opening my Google Ads account quick. I thought we could. I was planning on showing my numbers anyway.
I can send you the phone number. It's the same phone number for all the departments.
Why is it not? Oh,
It's just that the current
I was planning on
officer
going
is
through
busy
my
because
Google
of
and
new
Facebook numbers
officers, that's
anyway.
why they're taking people early. It's 559, let me send it to you, six
Oh,
zero
well,
zero
that's
one
weird.
three three seven.
How can the Google Ads sign-in page be
I
down?
just sent you.
This would be really old.
That's what I see every time.
Yeah, Yeah, they'll, if you ask them, like, if it's not active, they'll do it for you.
Just try Google.
No, that's it. That's all I need from you. I'll get started on it. I have a document that I need to sign, get a
I'm hearing
signature from
background
the man.
information on
It's just gonna be electronic signature, so
like
if
a
you
woman
can do it,
talking.
that's fine too.
Yeah,
After that.
I'm in a shared office here.
Gotcha.
If
Well,
I can maybe mute myself.
I'll
Okay.
have you. This is so weird. I've never had. Oh, I see. Maybe this will. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I'll ask you to unmute here in a sec, but this top one, is the same of what you put together in your market. This is looking for here. Let's look for all whole month of January. So I've spent $1,000. I've got 15 conversions, so $66 a conversion. This is what I wanted to look at on yours. The only number that you could have right now that could be worth looking at is your average cost per click. Where are you at there, Gary? Unmute Gary.
For Medicare, which government, they don't give it to you.
Okay, I'm at $164.
That is awesome. Okay, so then if we go to clicks, if you
That
scroll
covers
to the far
everything,
right,
like doctor visits.
how
Some of
many
them
clicks do
have,
you
like
have
I
so
said,
far?
some plans include
26.
Some of
Okay,
them don't have it, and also
so
it will cover all the medications that your dad take.
uh,
So it's gonna have kind of like premium on it. Some plans have less premium, some plans have like
all right,
supplemental
so
plans are higher. They're
statistically at
different than the
26, if you
Medicare.
had if your landing page was
Medicare,
converting at
these
3%,
plans
which is
are
about
for like
where
Part C
it
plans,
should
and
be.
we have
So if we
like
look at
Yeah.
less
mine,
premium depending on the
I'm
carrier
at
that you choose. And
4.1%. I do the math. I like to do the math and double check that. But let's say that's right. It's probably a little better than that. But let's say it's 4.1%. If you're at 3%, you would have three-quarters of a lead. So that's why it's not enough information to act on yet. But after you spend $100, what I'm trying to dig into is if your landing page is the same as it was when we went over last week, my guess
Yeah.
is that landing page is not going to convert very well. And I think
Okay.
you're going to have a low cost per click, but I think you're going to have a high cost per lead. But
Okay.
let's let the data, like, you don't have to take my word for it. After you've run $100 on ads, then we'll look at it. And if, then we can pinpoint, all right, the problem in the funnel is the landing page isn't converting. Then we can go after that. But for right now, it sounds like your
Okay.
Google Ads account is working pretty good. That's a
Yeah,
good.
seemed like it's okay. Yeah, we'll just wait then.
Yeah, it's working better than mine. Yeah, I'm paying
Well,
$2.
it just started, so I mean,
Yeah.
it can go up and down.
You are right. It will drastically change uh over the because I'll have bad like 2 or 3 days and then I'll have a great day, right? And if you're looking at the data over like even a 1 week period, it can be a bad week, it could be a good week. It's really not too significant with that short of a time period.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just wait maybe a week or so
Yeah. Sounds
to
good.
revisit next week.
Sounds like
What's your website URL again that it goes to?
Mine? Yeah,
Yeah.
let me post it here.
all right. So this is what I'm doing on Facebook. Let me get the right account.
I just posted in the chat.
Okay, good. There we go.
All right, here. Let's go ahead and look at his website quick since we just were talking about it. Man, this thing. Where is chat? Okay, here, got it. Yeah, so it's not a bad looking site. It's not like you see this and you're really put off. But there's two pieces working hand in hand at the same time. When a buyer goes to a page like this, more than two, but if you want to simplify it the most you can, there's two things. There's the subconscious pieces that someone's not like consciously looking for, but it is making a big impact on their decision. And that's, does this look like a legitimate company? And so we're missing the branding of like there should be a logo here and then some testimonials and some things like, so if we go to here, so we got a logo, there's Facebook, Twitter accounts. Then as you scroll down, like, oh, it's Better Business Bureau, Association of Realtors. There's these things are purposely placed on here to subconsciously let the person know it's a legitimate company. So that
Yeah.
I think that piece is missing on this page. Um, I I like this. I mean, it means nothing, right? But it's just badges like this help provide some of that subconscious piece. And then there's the words on the page, which is sell your house fast and get the most cash, pretty much is what you want. And you're along those lines. I think these emojis might be hurting you,
Okay.
but yeah, I
I
think
had some success with this landing page on the Facebook,
okay.
but maybe we can look into building something like yours.
Yeah, let's I guess prove that it's a problem that needs solved first. I think
Okay.
since you've already spent 40, spending another 60 is probably a good idea before
Yeah,
and,
absolutely. Yeah.
and no, but when you said with Facebook, so are you running some Facebook ads to that page?
I did. Yeah. I did a national campaign.
Okay.
I've got some leads, but nothing local.
Okay. So it's more of a wholesale plan, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that was the plan, but I couldn't convert those leads, so I stopped it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Uh, all right. Well, here a quick overview of what I'm doing here. See, I got the whole month of January. Um, this meta campaign is me trying something new. It is working out all right so far. Got 30. Here, let me make sure that's the whole month. Okay, so $35 a lead. What this campaign is I just stuck a whole bunch of different ads in one. It's like one ad, but it's a one ad with a whole bunch of different ad copy thrown into it. Like all these ads just thrown into one bucket. And then I'm just letting
See,
Facebook show what it thinks is going to work the best to each person.
gotcha.
So this is my first time I've ever tried that. And it's obviously, I mean, two leads and it's way too early to for this to be statistically significant, but it's a good sign that maybe that's a good strategy. It's outperformed everything else I've done, but I haven't put very much money into it and I've just started it. Then this one, the cold traffic. Um, so this one down here at the bottom, the cold traffic 10, 23, 24. This campaign, I'm just going to get in, I'll show it to you, but it's the same as this one in all intensive purposes, except for when I set it up. And I purposely wanted to show everyone here this because in case you have the same problem. But when I set it up and I got to the ad, if I click on ad, it wouldn't let me upload a different image for each, um, like a landscape, a mobile, and a square, right? Like I wanted to put a different image for different placements. So if I'm, for instance, Instagram stories, or this is a perfect example. Facebook stories has got this tall mobile one, but on Instagram, it's a square one. It doesn't take up the whole page. So it's just not showing up right. And I normally um, you can upload three different videos, like one for each placement section, but it wouldn't let me do it on this campaign. The setting is just not there. So I trashed it and started a new campaign. And this is the same campaign, except for on this one, if I go to any of these videos, it's letting me upload uh, landscape, mobile, and square. And I don't know why that is. I couldn't figure out why on one campaign I had no functionality and on the other one I did. So if you're running into that same problem, I would say just start over and just like it's just like this other problem. On some times, this get offer for the call to action is not an option. And if get offer is not an option, then you just have to start over. And the next time it probably will be. And I wish there was some rhyme or reason to it, but this Facebook ad software is clunky. And sometimes, even if you do the exact same thing, it'll give you the right options, and then the next time it won't. So make sure you're getting the get offer for call to action. That's what
Got
they
it.
want. You'll waste money if it's anything else. But then to give you an example of what I've been running and how well it's been working, I promise I'll put together the la last lesson in the Facebook ads video here soon. It's been crazy busy, but let's see which one's performing the best, and we'll look at that one. Here, $19.28 a lead. This one's performing the best right now. And this is what it looks like in the square
Sell
version.
your house for the highest price, guaranteed. Don't just sell your house with a realtor and settle for what the market will bring. Instead, let us fix and flip your house with our money. You can sell your house in any conditions and get top of the market prices. You keep all the extra money. We'll even guarantee the back end sales price. So we are going to take all the risk. You get all the reward. We do all the work.
She's not a real person, by the way. So
Cash in your pocket. Click the button below, enter your address, and we will get you a preliminary offer on your house today. Find out how much extra money you can get when you sell your house with our expert team.
so
Are those full survey leads or just partial leads?
So they've filled out the first form. So I have their name, phone number, and email. And then they go to step two. So when you say full or partial, they've all filled out this,
Okay.
right? And then I can't tell you exactly how many, about half, fill out the step two form. This is,
Okay, that's not bad.
yeah. And
What'd you use, Eric, for the AI person?
so it's a avatar that I made. It's several layers of things going on here. If I can get back, where did I? So you'll see like within, I have AI make images that I use that software that if you haven't seen it yet, go to getsellerleads.ai and you can use it for free. In fact, if you set up an account there while we're on this call, I'll give you a bunch of free credits so you can mess around with it. But I use that to like make these images in the background. And then I've made several avatars that I like place over the top. It's not super simple, I guess is what I'm saying. And so what I'm learning, the best way to probably do this is what I'm going to do is for paid members, I'm just going to give you the ad copy that works the best. So you won't have to make them. They'll just be done for you already. Thought I'd show you this one too. This is pretty cool. This isn't me.
Sell your house for the highest price, guaranteed.
Oh, that's not
Don't
you,
just sell your
really?
house with a
That's
realtor
me.
and settle for what the
And
market.
that's me.
Instead, let us fix and flip your house with our money. You can sell your house in any
That's me.
condition and get top of the market prices. You keep all the extra money. We'll even guarantee the back end
She's
sales
not
price.
real, but
So we are going to take.
that's not me.
You get all the reward. We do all the work. We front all the money.
That's not me
You walk
talking.
away with all the extra cash in your pocket. Click the button below, enter your address, and we will get you an offer on your house today.
Find out how much extra money you can get when you sell your house the smart way. Get an offer today.
So that video, I just went live with that on Friday. So it hasn't,
Wow, that's wild.
it hasn't had enough time to like test it out enough. Let's see, what have I spent total? The budget's 40, but so I've spent 36 bucks and I don't have a lead on that one yet, but sometimes it's just no one's commented on it. So like this video one, here's a great example. Video one here has no leads, but if I go to video one and this one, it's the exact same video. I've got 5 leads at 57 bucks a piece. And it's because on this one, I got some, see, I don't know how to open it all the
The
way. See
dog. The dog
it?
is so random. Every time it gets my attention.
It is completely random and it works though. Some of them don't have the dog and some of them do. The dog freaking boobs and a dog in the corner seem to like on average be good. But the what was I? Oh, there's comments on this one, and people thumbs up it, and one person shared it. So I got engagement on this video in this campaign, but the same exact video in this other campaign. Here's the same video in this campaign. No one's. It's got no comments. It's got one like and no comments or anything. So that's the that's the wild card in this. You set up these videos using proven ones that have worked, a handful of them, and run them for a little bit, and sometimes it'll flop, and then you'll cancel that one out and you restart it again, and the ones that get engagement will get wings. And then that's where you get the low cost leads. Like this one at 1982 a lead. If I we'll see if it's got engagement. Now this one's been killing it and no one's even commenting on it, which is awesome. That this is just a great video. So this one is going to get uploaded into the get seller lead into this platform, the getsellerleads.ai. So there's 2 new modules on here that didn't used to exist. There's website that converts. This is just the form to fill out to um, have me build your website. So you get my testimonials and stuff. But then there's this one. Here we go. Proven video and marketing images. So when you're a paid member and you click on this, it's going to show you'll be able to download the square, the landscape, and the mobile size of the video, and it'll give you all the text to put in. That this text, the headline, primary text, and the primary text, the headline, and the description. But it will just be on ones that have worked well, and that's where it'll be accessible. But that's for if you have the paid membership. For the Facebook ad creator, this is going to make the image ads. And actually, did you make a free account yet?
Yeah, I have.
Cool. Here, let me give you credits or it's not what I meant to do.
So out of curiosity, while you're
Yeah.
loading up freebies for us, um, when you're running, so you got your initial Facebook ads, but then you have your retargeted ad that's set up, right? So it looks like you're running 30 to maybe 50 bucks per lead on the initial cold campaign, right? What are you seeing like? What do your numbers look like on the retargeting campaigns? I guess is what I'm asking, what I'm interested in seeing.
All right, one sec. Brian, what email did you use?
It might be under my realtor.conrad4.
So you went to getsellerleads.ai.
Well, I don't know if I've gone there yet.
Oh, all right. If you do it now, I'll give you
Yeah.
a bunch of free uses. And just put in an email and password or click on sign up. It's free. Just put in your name, email, password.
Cool.
And then you're going to show up here and I can give you free. I'll say you've used it negative 30 times, right? So it'll say you've used negative 30 of 3 runs. So,
Okay.
all
Sweet.
right, sorry. What did you just ask me, Alex?
So like we're seeing the numbers on the front end for the Facebook ads, right? 30 to 60-ish bucks a lead. What are your retargeting numbers looking like?
So the retargeting is just another Facebook campaign. Where'd we go? Oh, you can't see my screen. Just a sec. So I
Because
have
I know that's just a simple static kind of image.
I don't spend very much on retargeting. I keep it choked down
Yeah.
quite a bit.
So you're about the same 43-ish bucks a lead, it looks like, for that campaign.
Yeah, I think I've got $5 a day or something really.
Yeah. Which is great for a retargeting campaign. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, $5 a day. Yeah,
Yeah.
$43 a lead.
Yeah. Okay.
These numbers were unheard of not that long ago. And last time, so if Brian probably doesn't remember the numbers from way back then, but it was like $150 a lead was awesome, like 3 years ago. Now, now they're way cheaper. So
3 years ago, it was 5 years ago, man.
the
Shit.
time's going too fast.
With inflation, that's like $500 a lead today.
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. Maybe it's the same price adjusted for inflation.
God. What are you running today out of curiosity, Brian? If I'm not interrupting anything, like, what's kind of your source? You've known Eric for a bit here in different capacities. Like, what are you doing in your business today to generate your business?
Yeah, so I have my own construction company, and then I have my own real estate. Obviously, I'm a realtor, but I just recently got the real estate license within like just last year. So actually, almost a year ago. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I've been in business for 15 years with the construction side, just on all my days off from the fire department. Um, I've gotten leads through just, I don't want to say mostly word of mouth, but just networking events. I've gone to a ton of networking events
Yeah.
with real estate stuff, and then talking to other like designers here in Columbus that do a lot of work, and they need somebody to come in and update the kitchen or bathroom or whatever. There's a lot of people here in Columbus, because I'm in Columbus, Ohio. There's a lot of people here in Columbus, Ohio that will just pay a designer to just come in and just do everything for them. And then that's where they'll call me up and say, hey, look, I have a client that needs a kitchen totally remodeled or whatever. So
Yeah.
I get a lot of business through designers, just past clients referring me out to their friends, or they'll post pictures of their stuff that they just got done by me. And people ask, can I get the guy's number? So
Yeah.
I haven't really haven't done really any paid ads other than like through Facebook. I'll do like a boosted post or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might spend $50 to boost a post, and then it gets viewed 1 billion times and shared 1 billion. Wow, I'm exaggerating, but a ton. And then I'll get business through that as well. But
Good to
I've
know.
never created a Google ads or Meta ads like campaign.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna learn.
It's
Yeah.
gonna blow it up for you so quick. The hardest part about all this, you're a master of. And for most people, the hardest part is they don't quite understand what goes into renovating a house. Like they get
Yeah.
a lead, go to try to close the lead, and a big piece of this is understanding like what it's going to cost to renovate the house to get it up to market value, and you intimately know that. The rest of this stuff, you haven't implemented it yet, but it's going to be easy. Like you got the hard part nailed. So I'm really excited to. I hope you come on every week, because I think if you start just watch that Google Ads video and implement that and turn it on like Gary did, and as soon as your phone starts ringing, I think it's going to be. You'll probably not be able to come on these meetings because you're going to be too busy with jobs on your plate.
Well, yeah, let's hope. Yeah, I'm gonna be like we've talked before just recently. I'm gonna be opening or starting another LLC under my wife's name here soon, and then try to get some of those docs set up through on the Ohio side with my business name and all that stuff, or my wife's business name.
I'm glad you just reminded me of that. So this is good for anybody watching this to know too. So what Brian did one thing that was a little bit of a mistake, that if you're a realtor and you're thinking about implementing this fix and list strategy to try to get more listings, the last thing you want to do is go ask your managing broker how they feel about you doing fix and list deals. Do not do that. Just, and the better route is you set up an LLC, and that LLC is going to be the one that does the renovation. On mine, it's Denver Property Flip LLC. But as a realtor, I'm either Eric Young under Denver Property Team, which is not the same as Denver Property Flip. It's a whole different, brokerage. But let's say I was with EXP, I could be Eric Young with EXP on the listing agreement, and then I can be Denver Property Flip uh, for all the fix and list documents, which would be the note, deed, construction services agreement, and business purpose affidavit. You would sign all those with the LLC and just do the LLC, just do the listing agreement with the realtor as a realtor. And it's probably never ever going to come up. But if it did ever come up, it's not a conflict of interest because you're working under an entity. You're not working as yourself. And all of your marketing is done as the entity, and you're showing up as the entity to give them the cash offer. So there's no fiduciary piece in anything you're doing up until the point where you get the listing agreement signed.
Yeah,
So
I'm not going to have the broker's logo or name anywhere on my on the construction side of things. So
cool.
yeah.
So don't ask for forgiveness later. Yeah.
Always want to do things the right way. I'm a Boy Scout, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I've had an attorney go through all this stuff too. Like I own my brokerage and I'm a managing broker. I'm very familiar with all the laws, and we're not breaking any laws or going over any lines doing the fix and list deal. It's all on the up and up legit. The only thing where you could get yourself in trouble is if you started running ads that say, like, let me list your house, or if you're advertising as an agent, then yeah, it's terrible. You've crossed the line. That's terrible. You can't do that. You have to come in as a house buyer, which works better anyway, and then pivot to be the agent. So you don't want to be a fiduciary until the right point in the relationship.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, I don't know what else to really go through today besides I kind of showed you the ads that are working, kind of where my ad spend's at.
What's just in general, I know we're at the beginning of the year. My question is I always just ask everybody I know, like what's your kind of goals for the year? I know we don't have a group of 20, 30 people on here, so we can be a little bit more personalized. Like what's your goals for the year and the type of business? I know I separate mine out into like listings and flips. Fix and lists, I think just fall under, listings for me. But do you kind of have an idea, Gary, of what you're shooting for this year? Have you written it down yet? What you want?
Well, not really written down, but I mean, my goal was at least do 2 flips a month and then
Okay.
plus whatever wholesale deals.
Okay.
That
So
was,
flips and wholesales.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
any listings, or are you gonna try to?
Listing side, I'm not really worrying about that side. I
Okay,
could list them. I'm licensed realtor and everything.
you just don't really want that much.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
view the listings as a good way to pay for ad spend. Like pick up the ones as they're never home runs. They're base hits in the scheme of things, but it
Yeah.
helps.
But at the same time, like, I mean, I had one of my best deals last year was just a listing that ended up double ending because of who the buyer was. Like, and it was because I positioned as, hey, here's our cash price. That sucks. We could fix it up, but dude, it's going to take 250 to fix it up, and that sucks. Um, or I can list it at 750, but before I do that, do you want to see if there's an easier path? Like if I throw this out to my investor group, what if we get a bite? And he's like, dude, if we get a bite, like, fuck yeah, let's just do it. And so the other wholesaler who had a huge buyer team, stepped up and they paid the 750. And I was like, okay, as long as it's up and up with the seller, and I got 4% out of it instead of whatever, 2.5%. That turned out to be my most profitable deal in 2024.
Well, I
But
guess
it was a yeah, good
my
size.
most profitable deal is a fix and list deal. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like I hate listings. I like listings paired with fix and lists, so I can get my hand in their pocket on the renovation side and my hand in their pocket as the realtor. I think those are the best deals.
Yeah.
High priced fix and list deals.
Yeah. What about you, Brian? Any goals for the year real estate wise? I know sounds like you're a construction mogul. Um,
I'm not a
but
construction mogul, but
hey, if Eric's got good things to say about you, that holds a lot of weight with me.
I
But
appreciate
yeah,
it.
real estate wise, like what do you want? What do you want to hit for this year? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, real estate wise, I want to get like at least 20 deals done.
Okay.
I did three last year, and like I said, I got my license in March, and then didn't really get started until like the June timeframe, just with onboarding and all the just trying to get signs and just getting up to speed with everything. So I was
Yeah.
working with like half the year, so I feel like I did pretty good for my first half of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a pretty hefty goal. I'd say like 20 deals. That's with buy and sell. And
Yeah.
then on the construction side, I haven't really written down my goals. This is probably the first year I haven't really written down goals on the construction side of things. But but yeah, I'm just trying to manage that and keep it rolling. I guess just finding more crews and that I can work with that I trust.
Yeah.
Because it's hard. I mean, I'm thinking about going around since I work at a fire department, and the name of my business is Fixed by Firemen.
Oh, fun.
Um, and the motto is hire those you already trust, because who doesn't trust a firefighter, right?
Yeah.
Everybody. It seems like everybody does. So thank God I'm not a cop.
Shit,
Um,
yeah.
but what was I going to say? Yeah, I was thinking about like just driving around to other fire departments in Columbus and just asking if there's anybody that's like handy or wants to either learn how to, do a trade as
Yeah.
far as like tile or any type of construction type of like I can teach them. But yeah, it's hard to find people that actually want to work. I mean, even here at my work at the fire department, I've been here for 20, 22, almost 23 years, and nobody wants to work. It's just like they're like, "Oh, I'm off. I see ya." So
Dude, my wife, she runs a landscaping company. $25 an hour to start gets her 0 applicants.
yeah,
No experience needed. The ones who show up have DUIs, can't drive a vehicle, don't show up on day 2, right? And you're talking like boutique gardening. You're not talking like retaining wall building, digging ditches. You're like taking care of rich people's garden beds.
yeah,
Um, doesn't get you started. She just gave up. She's like, screw it. I can't deal with this anymore. And I don't blame her.
yeah. And
So
I
Jesus.
run a pretty tight like schedule, so I can't have no shows like that. Like
No.
that's
Yeah.
that would crush me. So
It
um,
crushed her.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, good to know.
yeah.
Josh, I know you've been quiet back there. I don't know you. All I see is your name there. If you want to pipe up, pipe up. If you got any goals, where you're from, stuff like that. We're just a small group here, buddy.
Is that you, Josh Streeter? He's not gonna.
Nope.
He's probably
He's
away.
ghosting us. That's all right, Josh. We won't take it personally.
I hope it's Josh Streeter. It'd be cool if he was
Yeah.
active in here. He's a
Yeah.
Tampa Bay area, St. Petersburg.
Okay. Interesting. Well, shit, that'd be fun to talk about snow in Florida.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
go ahead, Josh. Just hang out there, buddy. It's cool. My goals for whatever the hell it's worth. Um, I want to get 6 flips done this year, full flips. Um, fix and list listings. My site is on 15 between those. So about 20, roughly, with a 25% being flips this year, um, I think would be a satisfying year for me.
My goal, real estate wise, it said last year there were 35 deals, which was really crappy for me. That's like the least amount I've ever done in a year. Um, and I think this year I've learned enough from the things I need to change from the shifts that happened last year that I think 60 deals is um, realistic. And we're one of the big things I'm doing, that next thing I'm going to try that I think is going to help a lot is I'm pivoting to more of a Zillow or open door model where we're going to offer higher cash offers on the front end and then pivot into a fix and list um, after through our inspection period. And we're going to try out having the initial meetings on Zoom or phone call and then get them under contract with a cash offer without ever seeing the house, which helps with the pivot it's during inspection because we've never seen the house. It so we're going to see how that works. I think that's really going to help because our my experience is I can get leads very cheap, and we can get meetings on I don't if we're lucky, like 10% of those leads. But I think being more aggressive in the follow-up and being able to have that first meeting just be a phone call or a Zoom call will really increase our lead to meeting ratio. That's my weak spot in my funnel right now. So if we get that shored up, I think this could be a huge year. I think 60 could even be maybe undershooting. Yeah,
Sweet.
cool.
So how are you setting up those meetings? Um, as a lead comes in, you just making calls or
Right now, we're just making calls, but what I'm looking into uh, rolling out next is more of a AI bot follow-up. So they're getting a phone call with a recording, a text message with an AI bot behind the text message ready to reply, and trying to get them to book their meeting on our calendar. So
okay.
I think having it set up that way and automate it so that there's not this, say they fill out the form at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday and it gets assigned to an agent who's at church and is not going to call them back until 11 or 11:30. And then they miss the call. And by the time there's a connection, it's a colder lead, right? There's a lot of that happens. And I think that's why our meeting to lead ratio is crappier than it should be. And so my thought is if they can just book their own meeting off a calendar um, with an AI there to talk with them through it and even get it booked, that could be a game changer.
Yeah, I did that. I told you I ran a national campaign.
Yeah,
It worked out. I mean, they were making appointments automatically, but I couldn't convert those leads. They were like middle of nowhere.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe doing the same thing for local leads is
I couldn't make it work. I can't get a lead every time I try locally, same campaign. I don't know. It
Nothing.
didn't work.
we'll get it dialed in because it's really systematic, right? Like it's if you're
Yeah.
getting your cost per click right and your cost per uh your conversion rates where it should be on your landing page, then the last thing, it sounds like you've already got a good system set up for getting the meetings scheduled.
Yeah.
Uh, you
It's
just
just
need
a
to get a
funnel
good,
and
yeah,
funnel step. You have a
right there,
calendar
man.
on the next step, and they were making appointments, and it was easy. But I converted one, but it wasn't. I made like $5,000 in San Antonio. I just gave it to a wholesaler
Yeah.
that barely paid for the ads.
Yeah.
I suspect your last missing piece is a good website to convert.
Okay,
Yeah.
that might be it.
Yeah. So, well, but let's let the data tell us. Should
Yeah,
be should work good.
cool. All right.
Cool. Well, I guess let's wrap it up and we'll hopefully see you guys same time next week.
Yeah, Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
I appreciate it, guys.
Cool.
All
right,
right,
guys.
guys. See you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.